La. La. Michael, come on. Come on. Show me that. Show me that green or blue or I have no idea what the font's going to be this time. There we are. What's that? Pink? Looks like pink. Let's think of some sort of fruit. I ain't no fruit. I am pissed off though. No idea what the fuck was going on there. The sound just cut out. What a waste of my time. Waste of anyone who watched it. And the annoying thing about that is they might not actually then come back to look. So, I don't know. Okay, well, not much happened. I yelled at the computer for a bit, had to restart the computer, and now here we are. Ugh. Right. Mode. $70, $80, $90, 90 minutes. Yeah, I can still see sound. Oh, 90 minutes. If I have to, I'll stop, but I think I've got this. I got this, dog. I don't need to be tripping, mostly because it's a flat surface. Alright, well I think I've procrastinated enough, don't you? 5, 4, 3, wish me fucking luck. Right. So, I have no idea what was going on with the sound. It just sort of vanished after a while. For this one, I don't think I'll fiddle with the speed too much. I mean, quite honestly, I'm going to be struggling enough as it is running. Of course, I normally get 6. So for this, I suppose I'll be wanting to get 9. That's 9 kilometers. Put it into perspective, that's halfway to the next town and back. That's there and then halfway back. As far as I remember, anyway. A feat I've only ever performed once. Now, I really don't know this time around what I'm going to fill up this time with. If no one shows up in the chat, I suppose I'll have to keep myself distracted. And you all can stay distracted by, I don't know, watching my descent into madness. That's what I think low energy videos is going to be all about. The descent of Dylan Payne into pure abject madness. Saying that, abject madness aside, it should make for some interesting reading. Or watching, rather. Or reading. Someone could transcribe my ramblings into a book that, after the atomic war, could become a new religion. I remember reading a book. It was set in the UK after an apocalypse event happened. And it was about this society. It was very rigid. And it was based off the diary of a taxi driver who just, like, he would talk about the world and all the stuff in it. Things like, say, oh, I saw a bird today, or I had a rude customer, or why can't we all just get along? But he's also a dad who is coming down, he's going through a divorce, and the people who found his book afterwards make everything in the book 110% like literal. Everything in the book is literal. So society once a year, or from the age of 9 onwards, children are forcibly removed from the father to be kept with the mother, and he's only allowed to see them once a month. And they build up a huge walled city in what's left, I think, of Coventry or something, where the genders are separated. I thought it was kind of funny. It's kind of like that sketch from Life of Brian, when they're fighting which is holier, the gourd or the shoe. Then this one old man going, can't we all just get along? It was just because Brian dropped his fucking shoe and whatever. Great movie that is. So I'll be going for 9 kilometers here on the treadmill, but in reality, if I feel like I ain't got it in me, I will push it back to 6. I'll know by the time I hit the 6 if I can keep on going. Simply put, if this video keeps on going, then you'll know which one won out. Which one won out? I'll tell you which one won out. My thighs, that's which. Because they gonna get skinny. Thud, thud. You could set your clock to this. Thud, 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 thud. I don't know why I made it sound like a chicken. Plop, plop, plop. I was watching Drunken Peasants last night and hearing Chris Chan fuck with he sings a little song to his sex doll and Billy had to draw it. Oh my god, it was hilarious. Oh, Chris Chan, you're the strangest creature of the internet. That includes me. This would be kind of a cool 80s look if I was a girl. You know, my shoulder would be down and you'd see my bra strap. Maybe get my hair all frizzed up. smoking a cigarette and chewing bubblegum. Clearly I'd be played by someone like Molly Ringwald or someone like that. Or the girl from Ferris Bueller Day Off. Or who's the one in the red bikini that comes out of the pool? And the music's like do 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 do. She walks through the sprinklers. And I was one to say how cool I thought you were, you know. I always preferred Sandy myself. Tell me about it, stud. Sandy! That's that line delivery from Travolta. His eyes glare up. You know, everyone knows how crazy Nicolas Cage can get. But I mean, besides Face Off, no one really respected Travolta doing his weird faces and shit. Battlefield Earth, him as the Cyclone, or whatever the hell they're called, that was just fucking brutally bad. While you were still trying to spell your name, I was being trained to conquer galaxies. Spoonie always could do that better. Oh, Noah. If there's anyone sadder on the internet than Jared Genesis or me, it's probably Noah. If he's happy. I mean, Jared Genesis clearly isn't happy right now. I think that's good. Because that fucker believes the Holocaust didn't happen. Let the games begin. Alright, so we've just hit the first 10 minutes. Speed 60, calories 72. We have just under 80 minutes to do this. You know, I really hope there's no rain on Wednesday. I would really like to go out and just walk up to Sheemore. Of course, it would need to not rain for the next 2 days as well, because the ground was just going to be covered in mud. And even then, I'm going to need to get some, I'll need to get a cab back, which is going to cost a fortune. However, while it might cost a fortune, it won't cost me it's too bad, because we have to pick up some things you can't normally get. Sheemore's a little shop. I'll show you the actual bar. I'll make a little video out of it. It's very nestled away. It's in a little place on the map called Kilclare, but it's not like a town or anything. It's I believe the correct term would be a hamlet. Here is a village, because we have a little church. But if you ever want to know the difference between a hamlet and a village, a hamlet doesn't have a church. One chapel would supply all the areas around it. I always remember that from QI. A show that would do very poorly in America if it was ever exported. Why aren't they winning? One of the American guests actually said that. I don't know what sort of game show this is. You're making me answer questions. No one's handing out cars. That was Rich Hall, I think it was. Yeah. Whew. So, point is, Kilclare, it's in the middle of nowhere. There's a nice enough pub there. I'll go up, I'll pick up a few things, have a few drinks, mess around on their Wi-Fi for a bit, and then come back here and do Wasted Wednesdays. Won't that be nice? I think that would be one of the nicest things in the world. If not, I've got the rest of summer to do that. I just need a week that's free. One minute Morius. In a minute's time, I can grab myself some sweet, sweet aqua. 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 Gotta ration this water more than normal now. If the first part of this is up separately, I will go to nice. I will go to edit and just edit in the starting off point. Oh, I'll just get rid of that. And then if this is in full amount, I'll do that. I'll just put in the number down the bottom of the screen. I start running around here. Woo. So according to this, every 15 minutes gets me 1.5 kilometers, good, and about 105 calories, good. So that's the average for every 15 minutes. Of them I have to do 4, 6. Stupid multiplications, confusing the living shit out of me. Hey there, Ollie. About time somebody showed up. How you doing, mate? You having a good time? You enjoying life? Hopefully you're a little less sweaty than I am. Gotta lose that weight, you know. Gotta kill off that fatty gut. Good. Back to school on Tuesday. Ah, shit. Hope you had a good time though while you were off. Hope you got some Easter eggs. Got a nice dinner. Met the family. Did whatever. I never liked the religious side of Easter, but I did definitely like the food. As you can guess. Also the movies on TV, the Some of the religious movies were pretty cool. I liked Ten Commandments and Ben-Hur. They were good. And later on, Prince of Egypt. Just shagging my girlfriend. Well, that's what a girlfriend's there for. If she says she's there for anything else, you be fucking a crazy bitch. You want to get away. Trust me, I should know. I'm clearly an alpha Chad when it comes to women. I wonder if I ever get like big, would people go back over these videos, like my early stuff? In which case, hello future fans, feel free to Photoshop my head and put it places. Any place, I don't care. My Photoshop self is an utter whore. Good seeing you, man. Any talk is good talk. I was actually thinking I haven't seen Ollie in a while now. We got a long road ahead of us. And normally, when I say that, well, it's true, but it's not quite as long as this. 70 minutes to go. On the plus side, we got 2 kilometers. Hooray! Bounce, 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 bounce. Okay. I just, before starting to do this, I saw PewDiePie posted up the End to T series. I mean, that's gonna cause so many people to be so angry at him because he was the great. The fuck was that? Oh, it's a bottle cap. Anyway, not even the bottle cap from this. Somewhere else. Anyway, to a lot of people, he was the great white hope to stop the brown people from taking over. That's how they'd think it. You know how I think it? Felix didn't ask to become your fucking icon for a race war. Leave him the fuck alone. I'm sure his pride was prickled a bit when he found out he was not going to be the biggest YouTuber anymore. But you know, that cunt in Christchurch opening fire saying subscribe to PewDiePie. Fuck off. Fuck off. I don't blame him one bit. It's not a joke anymore. Even if not, the warning signs be all over the place. I mean, I think I talked about this earlier, but one of the major things that people have been talking about the synagogue shooter. He was a Saberton or Saberton. Is it Saberton or Saberton? I never remember. Fan. Probably heard him on a Paradox game like Hearts of Iron or something. Him, them, the band. And sure enough, I've said it before, I'll say it again. You can tell I'm running or something. They are really unfortunate because they have people on the alt-right flocking to them. Why do they have people on the alt-right flocking to them? Because they get to live out their fantasies so that the Nazis weren't so bad, or the Crusaders knocked down the gates of Mecca. They got to live out their alt-right dreams. It's kind of like if you've ever seen Iranian or Saudi Arabian propaganda. I think I saw one that was made fun of on Jon Stewart back in the day. And it was these two evil Jewish soldiers in the West Bank, and they were planting bombs underneath mosques, underneath synagogues, to blow them up and blame it on the Palestinians. And at the end of it, Israel just vanishes. But this young Jewish kid converts to Islam. Because we can still save the young, can't we, fam? It's propaganda. The difference is, that was made intentionally to promote hatred. However, Sabaton making a song for a video game about World War II from the side of the guys who lost and were fairly straightforwardly evil. You know, that's not the same thing for you to then go, oh, this is the soundtrack of the rising up of the MAGA hat supporters, of the Brexiteers, of the National Rally, of the Fourth Reich. Like, fuck off! Don't burden that shit on them. You're going to make them dirty by association. If you love their stuff and you believe this, quite honestly, you do them a favor by keeping that shit to yourself. We're not held up by our fans. I have fans, but I mean, I'm not an influencer to them. People just sometimes like to pop in and say hi. I don't influence what they do. I don't alter how they think. And I like that. Frankly, it'd be too much responsibility if I were to suddenly wave my hand over there with an offhand comment, and then I wake up the next morning and they did like 10 times worse than what I was suggesting. Like, say, I see a police officer standing about, and I'm like, I guess he's just standing about then. Next morning I found out that cop was killed. Like, what the fuck? That might be an extreme case, but shit like that happens online. Fans go off the deep end. You don't have to... And then, of course, people who don't like you will say, see, you promote that shit. No, you don't promote any shit.
Just popping in to say hi to my biggest influencer.
What the fuck? Biggest influencer of all time. Thank you so much. Jesus Christ. I appreciate it. Booze for the booze god. Not in this case, though. That's all going to Mama Energy at the end of the month for her birthday. God, that stays up on screen for a while, doesn't it? Thank you so much. And remember, if I influence you to do anything, it's to like the stream, subscribe, join the Discord, and kill off lazy cops. Oh God. Next time a cop is fucking lynched or something, they're gonna come back to me, clearly the voice of this generation. Thank you so much, though. Also, I'm happy to say, and this is a quite honest truth, on the bottom of the screen, normally what happens is I get a notification from Microsoft saying, oh, your PayPal has been updated by, and then they say the fucking name. And I was like, oh god, no. That's no one else's business. So I managed to turn that off, and that's happened this time. You wouldn't have seen it anyway, my screen's taken over it. But for future endeavours, that is a good thing. How sad would you have to be if I was your favourite influencer?
There's some cop just lazing about outside
I'd actually be more intrigued to see how you're living your life. What the fuck? Here's a cop laser. Nice. Oh god, and it's 9/11 too. You're gonna have to call 911 at the end of this. Some skinhead has told you to kill some cops. Hashtag LazyGate. Booze for the booze god. Thank you. Oh, jeez. Remember, they're trained close combat. But shout, subscribe to Energy Die. Oh, no. Alright, I'm stopping it there. You see, that's when a joke can get a little bit too far low energy. Maybe scale it back 10, 20% or more. That's when it got uncouth. But back to Sabaton. Like, I often describe their fans as the Sabaton fans. And I don't mean it like people who go, oh, I like listening to that stuff when I'm playing Crusader Kings. No, these are the sort of people who are muttering Mein Kampf quotes as they're polishing their World War II antiques. But I mean, every group has that. I know TJ had to deal with that a few years ago. We're not held up by our worst elements. But it's a big old world, and you know, sometimes people you don't want end up listening to you. Or maybe they don't like you and they want to bring down your name to the mud. And in that case, I have to say those people are shit. They should never be given. I mean, they're by default they're shit. Look what they're doing. They should never be given the time of day. Oh. Speaking of the time of day, it's just gone the half-hour mark. So that means I can get some water. Distance 3 kilometers. Calories 215. Speed 6. And an hour to go. We're making some fucking headway. Aye. Woo! We gotta struggle. Also, I noticed there when the update, your name didn't appear. I am sorry about that. I will fiddle with this afterwards. So, any future names will actually appear. Because that was fucking stupid. I'm not a big fan of OBS right now. It's been fiddling around with me like crazy, and other people too, and it's this fucking new mask update that really has been messing with it. I don't know why. I was kind of fondling some ball sack in my hand. Mysterious ball sack time. Down with the sickness. We should always get down with the sickness. 'Cause that's the best way to was it? Knock up the spirit within or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm very sweaty right now. I can't think of crappy songs I used to occasionally listen to in the background of crappy video games. Well, I was saying that those are the sort of games I end up buying on Steam. Like a game I'd love to get back into is True Crime: Streets of LA and New York. Holy mech shit nuggets!
I cast invisibility.
Wow, there is a lot of delay. I cast invisibility! It's super effective. All I can say, however, is it's super duper effective. Because I am just blinded by happiness. Thank you. If it sounds like I'm kind of rooting for words, I realize that putting on these trousers I'm currently wearing was a very poor choice. But I don't trust my camera enough to go full commando. So instead I have to deal with these incredibly... Well, let's just say that I've got polytunnels for pants. I'm wearing parachute pants now, basically, at this point. Not literal parachute pants, but as you can imagine, the sweat is gathering. And I'm just becoming more and more aware of it by the second. They're just sweatpants. But they're not like good sweatpants. Maybe they are, because they're making me sweat. Theory's out on that one, gang. What isn't out? It's my love for you, all of you, except those of you who go off and shoot cops because they're lazy. I was gonna say shoot cats. If you shot cats because they're lazy, there'd be a lot of dead cats. Making some good time on this though. It looks like 1 hour and a half might be the standard from here on out. That didn't take too long, would it? Must have done about 5 streams so far, where I've been running. So I got back into the swing of it. Now the next port of call is 2 hours. And then after that, it doesn't go any higher in terms of time, but I'll start increasing the speed and the elevation. So, let's hope. Now all I have to do is to see how long of course, you know, that might change. In the next 55 minutes, I might just be hit with a wave of lethargy. My limbs might feel like they're on fire. Right now they feel like they're mildly baking. Baking. Speaking of baking, when I'm up in Sheemore Hill on not hill, but the Sheemore Hill on Wednesday, I'm going to go and I'm going to get myself some goose eggs. Oh, omelets are nice. Goose egg omelets are nicer. Plus they're bigger, so you get more. You want to feed like a big family of people, you can get a bunch of little chicken eggs, sure. Or you can get half as many goose eggs for the same effect. Plus they have a nice little sharp aftertaste. Get yourself some ground pepper. Slice up a bit of maybe get some like chorizo or something like that. What's it called? Chorizo? Chorizo, the Spanish ham you have to slice up. Salami, basically. Without the rind. Slice up that. Get yourself maybe some cherry tomatoes or even this puree. Save yourself some time. Bit of garlic. Good bit of cheese. You want some really strong cheddar, red cheddar. And there you go. You've made yourself a nice fluffy omelette. Goose omelette. And to eat with it, well, as Ben Pye would attest, box tea. I'm definitely buying some box tea on Wednesday. Big loaf of this stuff. You get it for about £3. Do about 2 people. It looks like a tiny little loaf of bread, but oh, it's so nice. I was actually surprised he ate it. I'm surprised in Albuquerque, of all places, there was an Irish bar that served it. But there you have it. America, if you want to eat something from another part of the world, you can do it. I've always loved America for that. I wonder why. I may never go to Thailand, but Thailand can come to me. Actually, Taiwanese food is all over the place. Not Taiwanese, Thailand. Is it? Oh, it is Taiwanese. Taiwanese is Thai. Whatever. The place with the lady boys. I'll have whatever she is. Oh, I like that. You should come visit. Come to Bangkok. Visit Bangkok. Come for the lady boys. Stay, because the police are cracking down on that sort of thing. I just realised what a little bit of a git I get on this treadmill. I just turn into like this salty, saucy, slimy, literally slimy motherfucker who's just there like, you smell like my last girlfriend on a hot day. What the fuck does that even mean? Remember, kids, the trick is pigs will eat everything but the teeth. Again, joke's going too far. As we all know, pigs will eat the damn teeth too. Welcome back to Low Energy Rambles, where I live up to my fucking name. Okay, getting back to more family-friendly shit. Update on time is that we've got 50 minutes to go in about 25 seconds. So then I'll be pushing 4K. A nice crisp 4K. And then calories should be 100. It's just under 280, so it's 179 calories. Oh no, exact. It's all moving in a nice little rhythm. Calories 280s, distance 4, speed 6. Distance under 40 minutes. Oh boy. My beard is turning into the waterfall. You best not go chasing that. Those waterfalls, that is. Oh god. So after this, I'm gonna have myself a bit of a wash. No shock there, I imagine. Then I'm going to hop onto Borderlands 2. So I'll be probably doing that around about 1 o'clock-ish. You'll know, the time will be up. So I'll play that for a bit, and then if I have the energy, I will make up for the lack of Euro Truck. By giving you some Euro Truck. But so I don't forget, I'm basically just going to start saying it over to myself now. I'm gonna have to go through the alert on the widget for the donations, the alert box, and fiddle with that so people's names can appear. Because one of the good things about people actually giving money is that you can go and look and go, see me, and I can find out after the fact. But people want validation now, you know. Woo! Hey Christian, here's a stream to give you a proper workout. And you don't have to fuck a blow-up doll. I mean, you can if you want. That'll be impressive, actually. Maybe if I held it like this, like the legs going back that way. What's the name of that pose? It's like windsurfer or something, isn't it? Where your partner's basically latched onto your dick with their legs wrapped around you, or you might hold on to their arms. They're completely off the ground. I always thought that looked like it was very painful for the woman's legs, but she has to keep tightly held onto them. But you know, it's all good. Hey ho, the world's coming to an end when that asteroid hits us. Oh God. I know a lot of people have dreams of like the apocalypse and shit. My biggest two are asteroids and nuclear strikes. I also had one that I'm almost certain is a nightmare. Sound just kind of quieted out. All lights sort of faded. And people all just kind of stopped and started to look sad. Colour started to drain. Everything just became black. Very, very Lovecraftian. I always liked that one, in the sense that when I woke up, but at the time I was fucking terrified. The asteroid one, now that was cool, because we knew about it for years and years prior. And it was kind of like flashing forward to our lives as the asteroid was getting closer and closer. You could see it rotating slowly. And people just started to become at peace with it. And they all wanted to go out in like a big bang, which they would have gotten anyway. Like they all had a big party. And I remember the cast of DP was there. I was talking to Paul at this. They had this big open air restaurant gathering. You didn't have to pay anything. What was the use of money? We're all going to die soon. So we were all just there having this sort of big open air party, and everyone was kind of cheerful. I mean, in a lot of ways, all our problems, they're gone. And I remember talking to Paul, and he looks up at me. He's puffing away on a cigarette or a joint or a vape or something, probably a vape. And he just says, "Dude, I've been wanting this for years. Now that it's coming, it's still not coming fast enough." And then it cuts to, we believe, there was this rumor going around. I remember DP was gone, they were all gone, this random strangers were all around me. And we went down to the beach. I mean, the asteroid was like really close at this point. It was bigger than the moon, so much more. And it's really, really close to us. And we believe that when it struck, it would completely destroy any land it was going to strike. But if you're out in the ocean, you'd get a colossal wave that would just lift up anyone who was on it, and you'd sort of ride the wave and go back down. So we went out as far into the ocean as possible and hopped off a boat onto like a little buoy thing. And we were all holding on. And I remember looking up and just how beautiful the night sky was. And then the asteroid passes right overhead. Everyone's like, woo! And then it passes behind us over the horizon. It's really slow, like way too slow. And There's this massive bright light, no sound. That's when I think I realized I was in a dream. There was no sound. And then the water pulled back and then forward, and then I woke up. I always realize I'm in a dream just as I'm about to wake up. I think it's one of the stages of waking up for me, is to go, oh wait, I'm in a dream. That's why I don't really have lucid dreams, which is different from like the few times I've ever passed out, because those hallucinations can last years in my mind and a fraction of a second, to the point where I'm almost certain when you're literally about to die, that's how your brain acts. You just go through sort of like a bunch of flashing images with no context, sounds you can't quite place, and a sort of detachment of oneself from all things. And then poof, no more you. Unless, of course, there is, but then maybe you have to get brought back together. What doesn't have to be brought back together is my thighs, because they are slowly coming apart. Oh yeah. Fuck you. I'm gonna get my thigh gap in time for summer season. I will look great in that little bikini I've got planned. Enough to make the boys weep with anticipation. Okay, so we're at 40 minutes now. In 20 seconds. I'm holding my own. I'm holding my own, I am. Distance is 5 kilometers. Calories is 350. Speed remains the same. And time is under 40 minutes. Hoo! Always remember that from Scent of a Woman. Hoo! So many great films out there. God. I'm surprised I remember as many of them as I do. Good, bad, and just indifferent. I'm a bit annoyed that I'll always remember this crappy film starring, and the only reason it exists is because of that black guy who's famous for saying, "I'm coming, Elizabeth." What's his name? Is it Red Fox? Is it Red Fox? No. Sweat that out. Oh yeah. Yeah, Bill. I'm just gonna wriggle all over. I guarantee you there's a porn fetish for just sweaty people just wiggling on screen and just spraying it. I mean, spray is already a thing. Baby oil is a thing, so... yeah. But anyway, I remember this film, and it's like an hour 40 of just him being the most boring motherfucker on the planet, explaining everything, leading up to a big reveal that his wife is a monster, I guess. But I know they were meant to have it like really suspenseful, but it was just so dull. It made no sense, because they were meant to be trapped in this guy's house, but he's like in a townhouse in the middle of a prosperous town, in the middle of the day. They can get up and leave at any time. But I'll remember that shit. But I can't remember half the books I've read in any massive detail. Currently rereading Charlie Wilson's War. Yes, the one the movie was based off. Fantastic stuff. I love learning about how political deals happen, particularly ones that I was alive to witness. I'd say the fall of the Iron Curtain, the first Iraq War, everything leading up to 9/11 as far as we know. Keep your opinions about steel beams to yourself there, folks. I drink the Kool-Aid issued by our CIA overlords. But like, I love learning about all that shit. But this must be the third time I've reread this book. And I swear to fucking Christ, I keep forgetting about all these random things. And I'm kind of pissed off that I'll remember that crappy One Step Closer. That's the name of that movie with the Coming Elizabeth guy. But or was it Red Charles? Shit, what's his name? Doesn't matter. But I'll remember that shit. But I won't remember, like, really interesting stuff to me. Whew. Doesn't help that I'm an Aspie. And Aspies tend to get distracted by the most obscure things. So, like, someone could be having a really deep conversation to me, but I might be looking over their shoulder, and I'm just too busy counting the amount of tiles on a wall, you know? 72. There's 72 tiles on the wall. Yeah. Leave the table. I forgot to leave the table. God almighty. I was like in The Simpsons when they did that parody of Rain Man. Hey, show me that card counting trick you do. No, gotta go. 10 minutes of Wagner. He's just slamming they're both slamming their heads. They wouldn't be able to get away with that these days. This is a shame, but fuck it. I can always make that joke for them. Maybe I should run for UKIP. Oh God, I saw this guy on Facebook on the DFF fan group. Going back to what I said earlier about, like, you know, alt-righters, they tend to like everything. So it isn't just alt-right stuff, and sure enough, DFF might get a little bit right-wing, might get a little bit left-wing. But this guy clearly had a hard-on for Sargon. And you might have heard me say this before, but I think Sargon is baby's first Nazi. It's a metaphor. I don't actually think he's a member of a Nazi party or anything. I just think that people who start wanting to go down that sort of path that will eventually lead to tiki torches and MAGA hats and whatever the fuck JF is, you know, they'll start with someone like Sargon. And I just said, I'll say it before, I'll say it again, baby's first Nazi. And the torrent, I haven't responded to a single one of them, not worth my fucking time. But just so quickly, the knee-jerk responses. I'd like you to see one proof that Sargon has said anything related to the Nazi party. Sargon isn't a Nazi. Sargon isn't a Nazi. I don't think he's a Nazi at all. You could say he has a lot of problems, but he's not a Nazi. And because I didn't respond to them, other than just to say, I said it, and you can never not hear it, because I know how those fuckers work. I was getting woken up at like 2 a.m. Such and such has replied to your message. And I'm like, oh, fuck this shit. And I bet they imagine they won a debate in their head because I didn't respond. I don't fucking care. I wasn't there for a debate. I was there to say a one-off thing and walk away. That's the equivalent of muttering something under your breath. And someone grabs your arm and is like, what do you mean by that? Fucking weirdo. And for Sargon. Fuck that shit. He won't even win. Neither will Dankula, for that matter, at the next elections. And if they do, they'll win for a multinational Senate. So, what happens if hard-right nationalistic governments all win? How would they agree to anything? I mean, makes like no sense. I want our government to be the best. I want ours to be the best. I agree. Wait, how? Baby's first, Nazi. Meanwhile, I'm baby's first psychopath. Soon I will be able to have more water. Actually, fuck it, there's more than enough time. Oh. Damn. I might nearly have, by the end of this, I might nearly have done like 500, I've done 500 calories. That's a chunk of change on the calorie front. But also, I'm toning up the old muscles. That matters a little bit more. The leg muscles, at least. I still have nothing. I haven't done anything to my upper body. But fuck it. Baby steps. Or baby strolls in this case. I have to get a gif of some of the things I do here. Instead of just that little, every time I get like a Streamlabs, it should just be like me just going make that shit happen, folks. It's in your hands as much as it is mine. I've only ever made one GIF in my life, and I think it was just recording just a random test. And then I think I uninstalled the software. Fuck me. Let's go with a slightly unimpressive cucumber. Just slightly. I always go for the bigger. Update, 6 kilometers. That's normally when I stop. So we're now into strange and uncharted territory here, folks. Calories, 425. Now, 25. Speed remains the same. Time. Just under half an hour. Hour and a half. Next time I do one of these will be on Tuesday. So feel free to tune in then. I'll have to do it a little bit earlier, as the people who live downstairs from me are coming back. So I'll start at maybe like 7, 8 in the evening. Just be on the safe side. Because sometimes I don't know how well you can hear through these rooms. You'd be surprised at things you can and can't hear. Like, these are really thick apartments. Not like my first apartment, which was made out of breeze blocks. But like, it's so strong that you can't even get a phone signal, like a mobile phone. That's why we had to get the landline installed, like peasants, like savages. Oh God. So, my ma now gets 20 quid extra. I can buy her some fancy chocolates with that. Or maybe a couple of bottles of wine. Either way, keep it up, folks. I really appreciate every penny you give. as well as your time, just watching this shit. You don't need to give a penny. I just appreciate it. It's like those getting back to me taking some sort of moral high ground on other far more successful people than me. It's like people like Onision complaining that like you can't only give $1 or $3 a month. Fuck that shit. I'm not entitled to any of that money. I never was, never will be. Only person who's entitled to that money is you, and that's probably because you worked for it. Ooh. I'll say it before, I'll say it again. That's probably becoming my biggest saying right now. That and fam. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Fuck anyone who thinks that they can make a career out of being a YouTuber, or a Twitch star, or a TikTok star. You can't. You can't force that shit. It'll happen. Even if you're jumping on a bandwagon, you need to be able to be sure that you can handle that bandwagon. Like when Angry Video Game Nerd came out years ago. A wave of people who were just outright ripping off him. And the shine wears off really quick. And then you have to promote your own shit. And if you don't promote your own shit, no one will come. I mean, I get tiny numbers, and I'm happy with those tiny numbers. I'd be happy with bigger numbers, of course I would, because I'm a greedy fuck. Who hopefully one day will get a fangirl send me her nudes. Then it turns out she's 17, I delete them, but too late, she's already blackmailed me, and now I have to give her 40% of my earnings. Please subscribe. Please join Streamlabs. Jesus Christ. At the end of the year, I hopefully will have like the best sayings on the treadmill or something like that. There's a little video. Low energy, it says. When bitch sends you nudes, do not open till she confirms with driver license. Jesus Christ. But no, get yourselves like checked for realism. Young kids who think that they can just be YouTubers. Instead, post shit you want to post. Things you do to feel comfortable. And it'll happen, or it won't. Most likely it won't. But along the way you'll have fun. Maybe you'll meet people, and then you can start networking. And once you start networking, you can then network to get bigger groups. You get on something like Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. Get yourself a Discord. My Discord is a crypt full of cobwebs and really low level zombies. No one even raids the crypt because the loot is like really generic stuff. You know, and have big events. In my case, I go up a hill this next month, and I might record myself going to a bar. Wow. But you know what the thing is? I'll have fun along all these ways. I'm even enjoying this. I'm enjoying the fact I'm losing weight, no matter how minuscule in the grand scheme of things it is. I enjoy when anyone pops in the chat, and I'd enjoy just rambling to myself. It helps that I don't feel so weird because I've got a camera on me. Even though it probably would be weirder with the camera. But you gotta just do your own shit, man. It'll happen or it won't. And if it doesn't, you can't get bitter. I mean, if YouTube were to collapse, I'd be fine. I suppose I'd have less things to watch. That's the honest truth of it. But I'd be fine. Other people who invested their entire livelihoods into this, they quit their jobs, they borrow against money they expect to make. Oh no. No, that's a stupid thing to do. It's like professional athletes who don't put money away for like rainy days, and then once they are old enough they can't even like coach, or they get like injured. What the fuck are they gonna do? They're gonna open up a restaurant? That's usually what they do, isn't it? They like used cars, restaurants, maybe put their names to some sort of fitness center, go to conventions. I mean, say what you will about the Hulk. Hulk, I mean. Hulk Hogan, not the Hulk. I don't think he has much to say about it, and being a fictitious character and all. Of course, in many ways, so is Hulk Hogan. But, I mean, he did try to branch out, because he knew that shit wasn't going to last forever. He knew the royalties for cameos and TV shows and movies would dry up. He knew one day he'd be too old to wrestle. And the conventions would ask for him less and less because he'd become a symbol of an older time. Now ironically, you gotta look more like what Jesse Ventura did. Honestly. He took that celebrity and he rolled with it. Or, Kane. Glenn Jacobs. Kane's running for mayor. You know, at least they're trying something. Could be worse though. Could end up like who's that one who like found Jesus? He'd often paint his face up. Was it Sting? I can barely remember this shit anymore. If anyone's gotten this far in and knows the guy I'm talking about, there's a movie he put out about him finding Jesus. They change all the names for legal reasons. To show how old I am, Spoonie and Diamata Hagen reviewed it. God damn Diamata. Disturbing woman. She only lives a few miles up from me. I'm ever going to meet a YouTuber. Ugh, not thinking about it. She like just tower over me. So what's that about how I look? You look fantastic, madam. Can I just say, you are in no way intimidating as fuck. Call me. Yeah, folks, that's how you network. Insult them, and then they'll keep coming back for more. Or they'll just say that you're an alt-right lunatic. I have you know, madam, or anyone calls me alt-right, I am in no way alt-right. I am instead simply a lunatic. How weird would it be eventually if DP were to end up having me on Crazy People? Oh well, they've had people on Crazy People before and just the dawn comes at midnight and TJ just walks up. I'm a bit giddy right now. I'm guessing this is the runner's high. Haven't had it in a long while. It's kind of a new flavour to me. YouTube takes this down because I'm getting high. Hey, lest we get drunk on stream. Okay, so distance 7. Oh, 7.1 actually. Calories 7.2. Calories 504. Distance counting down. You think Jared Genesis found the help he needed? You know what? I think it's constantly offered to him by his family, by what little friends group he still has left. and by that little nagging voice in the back of his head, and then he just drowns it out. I don't think he drowns it out like the way I do, because I drowned out my voice because it says to start killing people and start flashing my dick on screen. But I know for a fact that's money in the bank right there, so I'm not giving that shit away for free. But all jokes aside, I think Jared, he'll be back. But he's such a man-child that he really is grounded right now. And he's trying to find a squirming a way back into his life. Unless, when he comes back, his room is clean, he's got a realistic haircut, he starts wearing like at least a variety of t-shirts, and he's talking about how he's going back to school, or he's found himself a job, or maybe he's met a nice girl. And in which case, all jokes aside, I actually would love to hear that. Because I'd be like, look, see folks, there's hope. If there's hope for such a weirdo like Jared, there's a hope for any one of us. Except for me. I squandered mine one starlit night. It was a Tuesday. She waited at the docks for me. I stared at her and I said, fuck no, I'm going to watch Sons of Anarchy for 3 days straight. That's why I'll never be allowed back into Manchester. Bitches, don't interrupt my binges. Engage or do not. I'd love if Jared would watch this and then he puts out like a video saying how this fat weirdo on a treadmill called me out, and then the next video after he's on a treadmill and he's clearly stolen the idea. Like obviously I'm not pulling a Dusty saying that I'm the first person ever to do a treadmill stream, but like it would be pretty suspicious if he said that then immediately afterwards. That'd go for anyone, really. At least give me a little nod. I'm not expecting anything, 10% at the most of any income. Oh, who am I kidding? It's Jared. I've only got literally like slightly more than a tenth of his fan base, and I wouldn't trade them for the world, because he's full of nothing but trolls that came from DP. Or could you imagine actual fans of Jared? Like, Jesus. Like, I'm not saying there's always a bigger fish. Could you imagine if Jared is the saddest person you can think of, or Brett? Imagine people who look up to those people. Like, there's always another layer below it. Yeah, I'm actually really glad I got off my arse and did this. I was procrastinating for the longest time. I woke up and I was like, I need breakfast first. Then I want to watch some YouTube, read the news, check my emails, watch some porn, play some games. Then I have to do my stream, then I need my dinner. And finally I'm like, oh, I'm out of time, okay, fine. But I'm not going to like it. Fuck that noise. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. I got me a little bit of runner high going on. Just a tip. Just a tip, slide it up there. I guess I really am recharging the batteries. Damn. If this is going to be the norm of how I feel, I'm not going to lie. I'll be able to do 2 hours of this, no problem. I'm not going to do it now. For starters, I'm already making this as late enough as I can. But on Tuesday? Probably still won't on Tuesday, but maybe then on Thursday if I'm not too hungover. Not Thursday, Friday. Next one's going to be on Tuesday. Borderlands later. And then, if I have enough energy left after this, after playing another stream, dealing with another stream, and then all the other shit, then I'll do Euro truck to make up for the fact I didn't do it last night. Won't that be fun, kids? No. Where's my mommy? You said if I smiled and said subscribe, you'd let me see her. Aw. I didn't have the balls to tell you, but your mom's the reason you're here, kid. She sold you for a carton of cigarettes. Lucky Strikes too, none of that good Dunhill shit. Are you my daddy now? I guess so. I'm gonna call you Pokemon Red. My name's Elizabeth, you're Pokemon Red. Jesus, I actually might get about 600 calories done out of this. I am generally impressed with myself. In the corner, she's still really small, but I hand her a sign, and every once in a while you just see her holding up this, she's like jumping up and holding a sign saying subscribe. You know, I want to be a dad. Like, I want to meet a girl, fall in love, have kids, all that stuff. But I don't think I would include my kids too much if I ever ended up doing something like this professionally. I don't know why. I would just have them occasionally on, but it would be like a separate part, even if they were just in the other room. I'd sometimes, like, especially when they're babies, post up baby videos like most dads do. You know, after a certain age, no. Especially with YouTube being YouTube, you know? I mean, I laughed a few days ago when I was about to go live. I was on the Creator Studio, and down the corner was a little tip. Do you have children in the video? Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. Not just that, but like those little gymnast girls. Then you look down the comment section, and people have framed the timing of when they're doing cartwheels and splits. Like, I saw this on Philip DeFranco, and I was like, oh god. Like what I was saying a few weeks ago about that perverted little shit posting up pictures of that girl on DeviantArt back in the day. Always stuck with me. Oh yeah, we were talking about no maps at the time, weren't we? Maps and no maps. Fuck's sake. Those fucking shitholes. I know most of them are just sick, but you can still backhand a fucking sick person, I'll tell you that much. Don't take that out of context. I'm simply saying, if you see a paedophile, beat the living shit out of them. You know, if we're not careful, that will be considered hate speech. But call me hair energy after that if you want, because yeah, no maps ain't anything to do with the LGBTQ even plus community. No, now I just call it the queer community, because it's not an insult, and more importantly, it's quicker. It's just that abbreviation is just gonna get so big at some point that it just becomes such a mouthful. And to your little jokes there about that. But at no point will that include maps and no maps. Minor attracted person. Fuck you. Ireland is famous for having the Catholic Church do horrible things to kids. But every once in a while, you wouldn't hear about this, but you'd know it would happen. The father in question would just vanish, as would the priest, and not all those priests were transferred. Some of those priests got their heads caved in by a parent once they found it out, knowing full well they'd be off to jail. Like, there's a reason why pedophiles are kept under very close guard in prison, because they're going to get lynched. I feel, for the ones that don't touch anyone, I feel kind of sorry for. I mean, they didn't choose it. But that kindness stops really quickly when you think about what they fantasize about. Ugh. And I was feeling so nice. Now I feel so bad. Animal cruelty and kid fucking. Two things I have no problem saying I'll probably die still feeling violence is the correct answer for punishment. Even if the rest of the world don't. Yeah, when I saw that down the bottom of the screen, I laughed because I thought honestly like YouTube was sending me a message saying, "We found a child in the back of your video." And then I'm like, wait, no, they're just asking me, is there children? So imagine if you are a parent who just wants to film their kid and upload it to YouTube. Like your kid's on stage for the first time or rides a bike. But animal fucking and kid cruelty, just as bad. Just as bad. I have to say, I taste it's like, woo! I know what that noise was. I was getting too low to the edge there. That noise there was I was about to slide off it if I wasn't careful. I guess I'm running on fumes after all. That's fine though, I've only got 5 minutes to go. Ran for an hour and a half today. And by the looks of it, that's going to be the standard from here on out. Yeah. Fuck's sake. Distance, 8.5 kilometers. Calories, 196. So we will get 600. Speed, 6. Hasn't changed once. 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go. And you know what else? I think I could go further. Not today. No need to push myself. I can go at my own pace. That's the value. That's why I don't like gyms. Can't stand gyms. Imagine you're as sweaty and as tired-ish as I am now, and then suddenly some motherfucker with this fake tan and these huge purely white capped teeth show up and go, "Hi, do you want some help in getting the most out of it? Do you want me to start you up on a workout plan? Maybe suggest some sort of proteins for you to get?" Like, fuck off, buddy. I don't want to talk to you. I want to listen to my audiobook. I want to try to lip sync the news on the tiny TV. I want to look out the window. I can't stand gyms. So what I did, I brought the gym to me. Still love the fact they have pools. It's kind of annoying that I don't have a pool. Maybe I should try to become a YouTube star after all. It's like The Sims 1, you know you made it when the helicopter comes to collect you for work for the carpool and you have a pool out back. At that point you might as well just kill their sim off in a fire because you've peaked them. Start over. Sweaty. Yeah. God, I'm guessing my runner's high is coming down now. Woo. I'm really starting to get tired. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I want to thank everyone who popped in to say hi, whether it be for a minute or a long time. You helped keep my head above water. Thank you so much for the donations. I'll know soon enough who actually donated. And then in future I'll make sure that everyone else will. And thank anyone who watches in the future. Feel free to pop a comment down below telling me what sort of an alt-right motherfucker you think I am, or maybe you want to be my fangirl. I've got enough fanboys, but I'm not going to say I'm completely against the idea. Mostly I can show off any dick pics you send to me to girls I like. So if you're like a very burly black guy and you like a look at this, absolutely send me some pictures, and then I can spread the love. Oh, I just I'm just back from a holiday. Yeah, I tan really easy, but it goes super fast. I also tend to gain a massive six-pack and abs and a few inches in length in more ways than one. Okay, this is 8.9. I'm going to ensure I get my 9 kilometers. If it kills you. 40 seconds. Yeah. Look at me doing something proactive. Look at this shit. Who knows, maybe one day someone like, damn, I watched you run for half an hour and here I am in my underwear eating pizza pockets. God, my life is great. I'll make you appreciate your life better. 10 seconds, baby. And we got 9K. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That felt like a real victory today. Now, who wants a close-up of this mug? Me, Professor Energy. Me? No, me first. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. It looks like somebody poured their entire pint glass over me. That's happened before. Sometimes I don't come across as charming enough for some ladies. You can kind of see I'm glazed as fuck. One day I'll show you the gullet in full glory, but that's a horror that must wait for another time. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna go and put the water on now. Hop into the tub. I'm currently, like I said, I'm currently listening to Charlie Wilson's War. I love that shit. Really recommend it if you like Cold War drama with a little bit of humor thrown in. All based off real things. I'm sure some things will change. Anyway, I will be back at, it's midnight now. I'll be back in 2 a.m. my time. So in 2 hours. And if I'm not, well then you can guess after my bath I was like, fuck this shit, no, I'm done. But something tells me no. So, watch this space. So thank you everyone who popped in, everyone who pops in the future. If you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up, not a thumbs down. Comments down below, that's what they're there for. Along down there you'll find the link to our Discord in the description, as well as a link to Streamlabs. Trying to get some money together for my mother's trip in 1 month's time. Well, now slightly under a month's time. And also find my email in case you want to contact me. I also, next time I'll be doing a running stream will be Tuesday. And next time I will be streaming will hopefully be at 2 a.m. So that's about 2 hours from now. Where I'll be playing some Borderlands 2. And then on Wednesday we'll be doing Wasted Wednesday. Perhaps even with a travel video thrown in. no guarantees there. Either way. Welcome. Oh, and I almost forgot. Join the Rabbit. You'll find links for it in the Discord. On Wednesday, pre-drinking, drinking, and we are watching shit and we're getting good crowds in. It's a good night so far. So, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go and scream into an ice bucket of water. Ooh.